Languages, like organisms, evolve over time. The English spoken today is very different from the English spoken 1,000 years ago. Languages change and adapt with their speakers. It might be surprising to some to find out that languages such as Russian, English, Persian, Hindi, and Spanish all descended from the same ancient language. This language is known as the Proto-Indo-European language. This language was spoken by the Proto-Indo-Europeans, who were believed to have originated from Eurasia in what is now modern-day Ukraine, and were among the first people groups to domesticate the horse. There are no written records of the Proto-Indo-European language. This common ancestor language is thought to exist based on shared vocabulary, phonology, and grammar across Proto-Indo-European languages. The hypothesis for Proto-Indo-European originates from William Jones, a man who worked as a judge in Bangladesh during British colonial rule. Williams was proficient in many European and Indian languages, and he noticed several striking similarities between them. Believing that these similarities are too striking to be a coincidence, he created the theory that they all evolved from one ancestral language. This shared ancestral language is referred to as Proto-Indo-European. The name Proto-Indo-European comes from proto, meaning original, Indo, denoting the languages of India, and European, denoting the languages of Europe. Although there is no physical evidence of the Proto-Indo-European language, there is enough evidence that most linguists conclude that it was indeed a real language. Common features which occur across these languages include high amounts of grammatical inflection. Many modern Indo-European languages contain grammatical inflection, or documentation of their ancient forms containing grammatical inflection exists. Linguists postulate that Proto-Indo-European had 9 cases, which were the nominative, genitive, accusative, dative, instrumental, vocative, locative, ablative, and elative cases. Another shared feature amongst Indo-European languages is gender. Most Indo-European languages contain 3 genders: masculine, feminine, and neutral. Modern English is a descendant of Proto-Indo-European, although modern English does not have grammatical gender. This is because English lost its gender distinction over time. We can trace English's grammatical change through looking at how English texts have evolved across centuries. English is not the only Proto-Indo-European language to lose its grammatical gender. Modern Persian, Armenian, and Dutch have also lost the grammatical gender. The evolution of the Proto-Indo-European language family can be thought of as a tree, with each branch of the tree being a language which then branches off to form another language family. The Proto-Indo-European language family can be further divided into the following subfamilies: the Germanic branch, which consists of German, Dutch, English, and Afrikaans; the Balto-Slavic branch, which consists of Russian, Polish, Ukrainian, Latvian, Lithuanian, and many others; the Indo-Aryan branch, which contains Hindi, Persian, Pashto, Nepali, and many others; the Armenian branch, which only contains Armenian; the Albanian branch, which only contains Albanian; the Italic branch, which contains Latin and Oscan. This branch can even be further broken down from the Latin language, which creates the Romance branch, which consists of the Spanish, Italian, French, and Portuguese languages, along with many others. There's also the Hellenic branch, which contains Greek, Saconian, as well as many languages which are now extinct. Previously mentioned are not all of the branches nor languages of Proto-Indo-European, as the Proto-Indo-European family is too large to mention them all, but this should give a general idea of the family. It is important not to get Proto-Indo-European confused with other ancient language families. Proto-Indo-European is not the ancestor of all languages, only the Proto-Indo-European languages. Arabic and Hebrew, for example, are descendants of the Semitic language family. Chinese is part of the Sino-Tibetan language family. It is postulated that Korean, Mongolian, Japanese, and Turkish may have all descended from a common language and are part of what's called the Altaic language family. However, this is still up for debate, and many linguists question their shared ancestry. Languages around us are still evolving. The English of today will likely change drastically in the next 1,000 years, just as it changed from 1,000 years ago. This is nothing to be afraid of. Language change is a natural and beautiful process. If languages didn't change, we wouldn't have the great amount of linguistic diversity we have today. With that in mind, we shouldn't discriminate against people or be quick to judge those who speak English in what we perceive to be incorrectly. Differing dialects of a language is a natural process which over time leads to the creation of new and exciting languages.